Boom! Hey everybody, welcome back. Last stream was some shit. Even this one was going to. All of a sudden the chat stopped working for... I had to like redo the chat window thing. It was fucked. Completely fucked. OBS is not a great program. Neither Streamlabs. Yeah. Hey man, what's up? I'm glad you're here. Glad you're chilling. I tried to chill and then all of a sudden everything started fucking up. So if the chat there looks goofy and smaller and not normal, then it's because of OBS. It did something right when I was about to stream and goofed everything. Goofed it. Last stream had to end abruptly for weird reasons. The follow-up to that, it's not the best outcome that could possibly happen. I know, of course. God forbid, when something happens, it just kind of fizzles out. But nope, it's got to be a problem now. So that's in the back of my mind while I'm streaming. I had no idea what the fuck to play. Just gonna play Earth Defense Force, because that's where I left off. I was looking for another rail shooter, and a lot are really hard, and they don't give you like free play. So I don't want to sit in a stream playing the same rail shooter over and over again until I beat it. I ain't like that. But yeah, it all started with like the break screen model. The model I was using for chat box on the break screen was all the color was out of it. Like it was chroma keying out a color that it wasn't chroming out. So it was like the background was blue, but it was chromaing out a green. And it wasn't doing it on any of the other ones. It was just doing it for that. And I couldn't get it fixed. And it just eventually, and I couldn't get the chat window that was showing up on the break screen to show up on the other screens for some reason, even though it worked 100% of the time and there was literally nothing wrong. It's just all of a sudden it decided to shit the bed. So let's wipe it up. I wanted to see how this would look without the see, that's close your eyes, get it in your skin, let the music in, it's a ride, don't fight anything. There we go. Let your body win. I want to be sure it's, yes, it says cool. The audio mixers. So I don't know why they would make it so you can put the audio mixer on the top of the OBS window. It stretches it out to unviewable proportions, and you have to pull it back. It auto locks. I have to somehow turn that off too. I hate this program. Hate it. I don't have any liquor or any coffee, so that's what this is gonna be. Ruined my good stream yesterday. And now the outcome to the ruined stream is not any fucking better. Yeah, I'm not turning on the scan lines filter just to see how it'll look in 1080 when YouTube renders it out. It was getting like artifacting or like a buffering issue. Like on my screen, everything should be clear, including my webcam. There shouldn't be any artifacting or any like compression, visual compression whatsoever, but I noticed that last stream there is. Like, it's not as focused as it should be. I was gonna play Police 274, whatever the fuck. That game works, but it's weird. It's very weird. I might try it, but I want to play a rail shooter through, and I'm getting tired of, like, cop shooting games. And that's, like, all that are released. Endgame for PS2 is, like, is Time Crisis clone. Time Crisis is Time Crisis clone. I couldn't get Time Crisis 1 to work. So if I start, it'll have to be with 2, and 2's cutscenes don't work. So, and that game is far too fucking hard. I don't know why Time Crisis 2 is so hard. They give you 3 continues, and the game will eat through your 4 lives before you even finish the first stage. It's fucked up. Each stage is comprised of 3 areas, and each area is too long. Vampire Knight was the best. But I want to beat Global Defense Force, and I don't know what game to play in between it. There was another... What was the other game I played? There's something called Guncom, C-O-M, 2, which is a schizo crazy game that is also impossibly hard. I don't understand why they make them so hard. And I was looking up how you can put cheats on in OPL, and it's a process that I don't want to do that. It requires downloading a separate program, making like a configuration file, looking for the code. You get the master code and you put that at the top line, and then you fill it with the other codes, but you have to defrag the code as well as use the initial. It's more complicated than it should be. Just buy a code breaker. Hell yeah, that's what's up. I love that I don't have to wait for a hatch to open. They should just do that in the rest of the EDF. Stop giving me invincible enemies that only have 1 weak spot. Yeah, Time Crisis Ruin in 2-player. It also, like, halves the frame rate of a game that's already halved by frame rate. So playing the 2-player, oh man. Ducking, yeah, Endgame has a ducking behind cover mechanic, and Police 275, or whatever the fuck it's called, I don't know what it's called, has also a ducking mechanic, but it used a webcam in the arcade that tracked your movements, so it has almost a full analog stick based ducking mechanic. So it works with the analog stick, but you can like dodge out of the way of stuff. It's very weird, and it's the only time I've ever seen that done. And then also Gunfighter 2, The Revenge of Jesse James, is also a Time Crisis clone. So instead of making a fun House of the Dead clone, they all decided to just copy Time Crisis and just do Time Crisis over and over and over and over again. They forced the ducking behind mechanic because their enemies, they need you to duck behind cover in order to avoid enemy fire. So they make it so you have to I think it does use a camera. It says it might use the iToy. I'm not sure. Because it'll say plug in USB camera, so maybe the game actually works with the iToy. But it's a European only game. We never got it. One other rapier. I want one that goes a little further. Just a little bit further. But I was playing that game and it's alright. Like it's another cop shooter. I might make a whole stream that's just the cop shooter rail shooters, because none of them are very good. Time Crisis is fine because once in a while you fight a cool boss, but they're still fucking way too hard. And the game rewards you for losing, so you like get more credits as you play the game and lose, so I don't want to keep playing through it. So what I'll have to do is play through the game in my personal time until I get the ability to play through it in one go and then play it on stream. And it's a boring game. A boring game where you just fight dudes. Armored dudes. I was going to try Resident Evil Dead Aim, but that game is its own stream. That game's long enough to fill its own stream. And I at least want to finish this game up, so I'll probably just... This might just be a whole stream where I play this game. I couldn't... I was all day I was trying to figure out a game to play for stream. I'd play and then play this afterwards, but now I'm just kind of thinking about what I could do instead. If I play this long enough where I get tired of it. I know you got nothing cool out of it. It would have been cool, like, it probably would have been a good selling gimmick if it had a rail shooter that tracked your movements, but you'd have to have the gun con and the iToy, and I did. So if that game would have came out here, that would have been a game I could have... I didn't know Endgame was a rail shooter, the game Endgame, because the cover looks like some generic Perfect Dark clone piece of shit. But it's not. It's a Time Crisis game. So, and that's a US release. So if you can somehow find Endgame, you can have another rail shooter to add to the GunCon collection. And it's probably not it probably doesn't cost much. I remember seeing it for like $10 at like Circuit City. It was always on the cheap, but the cover looked terrible. I agree, Joe. Because this game I can play almost... I can almost play with my eyes closed. It's so easy. It's like passive, which is great. Is there any weapons or anything around? I see health, that's it. But I'm glad you're in here, Joe. It gets pretty mindless when you're by yourself and you got no one to talk to. Ooh, thrust? What's thrust mean? So it's more focused? Like, instead of it going all over the place, it's like accuracy. What's accuracy? Yeah, that's true. Okay, so maybe that'd be a pretty good one. Maybe. Uh-oh. The red enemies. The red ones. It's a variant. Run. Yeah, it focuses. Now I can... Oh, you can swim. That last level just didn't have deep water. This has deep water. I prefer these kind of attacks over the infantry attacks. Like, having guns are alright and stuff, but none of the guns will shoot like that. None will be a big, like, clock tick. Where it's like I have a death beam. This is a super death beam. Ooh, some weapons. I guess I could talk about YouTubers. I was watching some AVGN seasons and talking about how soulless his material and visual quality has gotten now that he's associated with the Screenwave brand. And I don't know why James chooses to associate with people that he can make his own company. He's got brand recognition, and he can be the leader of a company. He does not need other people to leech off him. Like, this is your job, man. I understand balancing work and family. I understand you have a family you need to take care of. But guess what? You have a job, too, that also needs to function appropriately. One shouldn't suffer immensely for the other. But now it's just it's like, I blame his fan base. His fan base will watch any of the shit he produces and won't critique him in any way. And they won't change. And the Screenwave people won't listen to the change. They'll call them trolls, because anyone who has an opinion that's different from yours is just a troll. And I was comparing his, James is the only person who can get away with a video where he doesn't even play a single game, and it's a review. The Atari 5200 episode, he doesn't play one video game. And it's one of his better episodes. Because he had to get creative with the idea. And now it's just him normally in front of a green screen whenever he needs to do something outside. He gets, hey James, get in front of the camera. Yes, Screenwave. Yeah, he wants to be a mascot for a company as opposed to being Like, Doug Walker did the right thing by creating Channel Awesome. He didn't partner with, like, what were they? Screw Attack or GameSpot TV. I don't know what the fuck. But Mike Matei was secretly the AVGN all along. I believe that James watched Mike play video games and get mad at it, and then either him or James was like, that might be a funny character, a guy who gets mad at retro games. Like, who because at the time it was funny that, oh, do people get mad at video games? Isn't that so niche and funny? When really it was how video games always were. People get mad when they play them. Their sole purpose was to gouge money out of you. That's why they existed. Arcades were not there to give you a nice gaming experience. It was there to challenge you just enough so you can pump enough quarters into it and get addicted to it like a gambling machine. But you don't, instead of it dealing money, it just takes money. So it's not a gambling machine. It's just a placebo cab. Chris Bors is kicking his ass. Chris Bors is making the exact same content he's always made. It has not changed whatsoever. It's wonderful. He even looks the same. James is going bald. Meanwhile, Chris is just getting a couple wrinkles in his face. That's it. I never thought I'd defend the irate gamer. I was like, he's like a fucking turd ripoff. His diction is horrible. His scripts are bad. He's literally just egging off of another successful person, and even so much so doing the exact same games. But he hasn't changed whatsoever. He reminds me of old AVGN. And plus, Puppet Steve hunts ghosts, believes in God, gets irate, gets famous celebrities to be in his videos. Where was Ernie Hudson in your video, James? They wouldn't waste the money on the cameos because they'd rather save the money. He should have just got Chris to write the episodes. Chris would have leapt at the idea because he was inspired by him, and he still is inspired by him. I don't know what the fuck happened to Justin Silverman between Silvermania and Screenwave. Apparently in between then, he started collecting Gengar. But he can't be... And I fucking saw one of the fatties, the Hispanic looking one. He had a Medicare shirt on in one of their reviews. I'm like, so you guys are you guys can understand comedy when you see it, but you just aren't good at it. Who is? It's like pure laziness, ineptitude. You know, making a video goes beyond just simply getting it done. But we need to get the video done. You actually put effort into it. Look, we got another YouTuber to be a cameo. Isn't that some nobody you've literally never seen before in your life and never heard of? We got him in the video. But he got Gilbert Gottfried. Probably because Gilbert lives in New York. Or nearby. Probably lives in New Jersey. Just like Lloyd Kaufman. It's not hard to get those people out when they live right next to you. Where's Macaulay Culkin? Oh, he got Macaulay Culkin. But why hasn't he been back? Macaulay flew out to... He's probably already in the New Jersey area of Macaulay. But he flew out specifically for Red Letter Media. Multiple times. And apparently James has been working on a autobiography that he started writing when he was 20. Yeah, Bob. Bob from the Silvermania. Why the fuck is my dad like this? That's a quote from Why the Fuck Is My Son Like This, that Bob guy was in. Referring to Justin Silverman as an anime fan. I know James wanted to stop doing it after the Rob episode. It also reminds me of the Spoonie one. When you have to delete the best character because secretly he was a real-life villain. That's a sad day. But I think it was more considering... Oh, coinciding with trying to get the ABGN stuff unlocked. Yeah, because once you're... I'd rather be working for James than trying to work independently in a less than successful YouTube channel, I guess. Like, all these people, I would totally help film their shit, and it would be much better. I was thinking about Doug Walker. He has a giant room he made that's a green screen room. Literally, a big box that's all green screen. What an asshole. He does so little with it. You could, like, 3D map. Oh my god, the amount of cool shit you could do with a mix of Unity and that full 3D environment. Or that full green screen environment that he has. Whoa. But he does it to shoot flat, right in front of the camera, just film. Oh, we got perfect fucking green lighting, so we can chroma that out. The end. That's it. I won't think of anything else I can do with it. I'm like, dude, you know how cool you can make shit? You can just make a virtual world that you live in, and the camera moving around will just move around in it, 1-to-1, real time. You just screen cap it with OBS. And it'll look like someone made a full 3D environment that they chromed you into, but they didn't. You were already in it. It's amazing the kind of shit you can pull now. And we have our own production studio, but we have only one wall for green screen. We do not have a giant warehouse with a crate that we made inside that's a 4x4 green screen. And Doug lets that go to waste because he's a hack. And he's bad at what he does. He's stuck in the year 2008. I don't know, who would make software do something like that? That's dumb. That's stupid. Yeah, who the hell would want that? I think it looks better if you just chroma out a flat 2D image of a person in a... And you know what? Don't even make 3D environment. It's sick. Like, he has no talent. He doesn't hire anyone with talent. Yeah, delete this! Pisses me off, these people who just let this shit go to waste, and they have more than I do, but I know what I can do to make that infinitely better. No, I'll stick with my 200,000 views per video with sexy gothic bad boy Doug Walker. They're better off just becoming Spoonie. Collapsing and imploding in on themselves and becoming a meme of their former selves. That's the best thing they can do. Sticking with this garbage. I got a censor. I'll go back and I'll censor all that about green screening. James has tried to quit multiple times over the years. Now he has that shitty band, and he's banned Margera video games. Even Classic Gamer rebranded and does something he likes now. He did rebrand. I found that very weird how he just did like a full 180. I thought he had something going there with the games. Classic Gamer. But yeah, Doug tried to rebrand too, and it almost killed his entire channel. Once you have one thing that's successful, they want you to do that forever. You just hope to be Joe Redifer. Get your small fan base. Be like GameSack. Because GameSack's what's up. The guy's smart on his knowledge of how these consoles work. How he can get the consoles to do certain things that he wants to do. He's like LJR. Lazy Game Reviews. He knows the shit he knows. And then that could open up to any other avenues as long as he maintains that one that gets him views. Doug could have succeeded if he just didn't kill off at the time, kill off the Nostalgia Critic character. He could have done Demo Reel and Nostalgia Critic, and no one would have complained. But instead he was like, no more Nostalgia Critics, I'm just doing Demo Reel. But it's like, I used to watch Phaelus, that Canadian Muppet. And I liked when he reviewed horror stuff. I liked his opinions on games I liked, like Silent Hill and Resident Evil. And now he's on this kick of just reviewing Dingo Pictures children's poorly animated fairy tale movies. And like Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation, that's okay. That's an okay review thing he does. Like, yeah, that show's bad. But it's now just kind of like he's just doing what he's doing. There's no growth. I think they've all peaked. All these people have reached their peak, and they're on an incline. They're just going down. They don't have any ideas that could be new. They don't want to do anything that's new because they're sitting in a comfortable position. Like, I'm curious to see the day when these dudes are forced to stop, when they can't do it anymore, when they're so old. Like, where you gonna? Is Fail's gonna be sitting there literally with no hair left, gray beard, bags under his eyes, reviewing whatever new Zoomer Mortal Kombat comes out? Maybe it's best to pull a Spoonie and die when you're at your peak. End there so no one can... But the problem with Spoonie is he's constantly bitching about his own life on Twitter. Like a 14-year-old girl crying about everything. Oh, wah, 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 dude, no one cares. Maybe they'll listen to your crybaby bullshit if you were making content. But it's the same old, same old. He should have just stopped forever. Went off the grid. Deleted his social media accounts. Kept his old reviews up. Purge his website and just never be seen ever again. And then he's almost a mystery of like what happened to him. Instead of, it's now his meme is he's now a manic depressive sociopath loser. Streaming might be the end to everybody. We all die off when people are desperate for having like our faces. They're like, please give me attention. I need attention. Now well, let's see what happens to Patman QC with time. Like, he's already old, so we'll see. Like, when he kind of just stops, when he's like, this will be my last episode. Because even YouTube's making it harder to do your own shit. You have to be, they are all in their 40s. Like, everyone I used to watch is now, like, 40 years old. What was I gonna say? Yeah, YouTube is making it even harder for you to make content. Because, that was it. You gotta be a multi-hyphenate and be capable of making music, doing special effects, editing, acting, writing, all at once. And I don't believe people will be able to maintain that long into their, like, 70s or their 60s. It was a mind link, I agree. We were connected as one. Brother and brother, together, fighting against the nether beings from the 6th plane. The ones that ripped through the fabric. who eats through the ether. But yeah, sometimes topics like that is because I don't know what to ever talk about on these. This would just probably be me sitting quiet, because that's how I play video games. I'm not thinking about and talking about things while I'm playing video games normally. I'm sitting there like this. But I can't do that. And I don't want to start drama with these dudes. But I am fans of them. I liked their content. I still try and catch up on their content once in a while when they do something that seemed interesting. But it feels like they're trying to cater to new kid markets, not their old fan market, but the new, younger market that needs that is flooding YouTube. Because most of us are tired of YouTube's bullshit. We're tired of the ads. Did you notice this? In ads, they've made ads as long as the skip button. So now ads are 5 seconds long instead of 6 or 7. Where you used to wait for it to tick down 5 seconds and then you press the skip. Now it just skips. So now there's no purpose of the skip button. The ad just ends. I thought that was so goofed. But it will be impossible for you to do anything. I'm surprised that game visuals aren't blocked. They'll do it. One day, it'll happen. You won't be able to play video games anymore and record it. They already try and do it by blocking certain scenes. That's just a small version of it. I would have never thought that if you watch a song on YouTube, but if you watch somebody watch a song on YouTube, then that's a no-no. So you're telling me I can watch this on YouTube? Yes, you can watch it on YouTube. And I can listen to it on YouTube. Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna listen to it on YouTube. What if I watch it while other people watch me watching it? Nope. Nope. What the fuck would you want to do that for? What about videos that don't have ads on them? Oop. The amount of copyright striking for shit like that. It's a stream. YouTube knows it's a stream. It's not like they're buying your shitty pay-per-view movies and streaming them. It's like you can even, the algorithm points it out. It's 3 minutes. Even less, depending on what the thing is. Would you feel better if they also watched the ad on stream? YouTube blocks YouTube videos. Could Disney stream their own stuff on YouTube, or will Disney get blocked by themselves? Yeah, I assume I said the same thing you're gonna say twice. We're linked, man. We're the same being almost. The thing is, because I'm talented at what I am capable of doing, I do not charge for free. I would not help these YouTubers out of the kindness of my heart. Oh, I'm such a fan of you. Here, I'll give all of you this shit for free. You can exploit me, please. The difference is James gets exploited by Screenwave. Just co-opt his entire brand and his ideas and just turn him into a, like, muddy, dirty puddle YouTube version of itself. It's a painting that you've smeared. Or it's a finished painting that all of a sudden another artist started painting over. Sorry, Bloodborne Bro stream getting flagged by some fucking rapper is trying to copyright sound effects in video games. This is my sound effect, I stole it. That stolen background from Bloodborne made a beat of it, so yeah, YouTube flag. Unbelievable. And it's only gonna get worse. It will not get better. Like this, like me saying shit like this will probably be the last time you'll hear it on YouTube. I don't know too many guys who are streaming right now bitching about how terrible how many freedoms you're losing because this is a private company who owns a business that just so happens to be the most popular business for a platform for video content creators in the entire world. They'll finger your butt, and you'll take it. It's how they can get away with it without hiring you to be an actor. You'll be Terry Crews. You'll get your butt fingered. It'll just be in a more metaphorical way. Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, so we made the streams 5 years before it got flat. Like, now, what kind of shit? What the fuck does that mean now? Like, if someone takes your own music later, can they just, and they copyright it before you do, all of a sudden the original creator of the music gets flagged? And, like, what are you gonna do? Hire a lawyer? You don't make any money on fucking YouTube anyway. YouTube takes 40% of your super chats. That was from A Salieri. He said that someone gave him an outrageous super chat on one of his streams once, and it was in some foreign currency. But he said I only got about $500 out of that $1,500. Or 700 something. He's like, YouTube took most of it. I'm like, isn't that great? From what I've kind of heard is maybe personal websites will make a comeback somehow, but the problem is hosting platforms. How do you embed the right hosting platform on your website, your personal website? Charles Carroll is doing it with Charles World. He has all of his streams, the history and categorized streams and all of his content he's producing on his paywall website. And that seems to do well for him. Samuel Hidalgo does the exact same thing. YouTube deserves 100%. You wouldn't have a video up there if it wasn't for YouTube. You have a privilege of posting on our website, and any money you make is our money. Just like a pimp with his prostitute. You speak when spoken to. You ain't just gonna take Pepper Jack's best hoe. Aw, Pepper Jack. Is that Fraggle Rock? Pepper Jack, love Fraggle Rock. Bitch, you speak when spoken to now. Yes, you have to establish a brand. So what you maybe have to do is make it big on YouTube and then cut ties with YouTube and re-upload all your shit and go, we're here now. If you want, but people aren't willing to do that. Only a certain, like maybe a third of your fan base, if you have, is willing to put that extra effort. Everyone else just wants to view everything on the simple platform that all of their TVs and shit. Pop. Well, Pepper Jack is a more healthy alternative to corn pops. Pepper Jack cheese. Corn pops are starchy, sugary coated oat puffs. I don't think there's any corn in them. Pepper Jack has flakes of healthy vegetables in it. I was eating a can of sardines, some jalapeno beans, and I had some Pepper Jack cheese with it. Delicious. And that was what was up. I can't eat bread. I don't eat that bread. But sardines go really well on like toast or just buttered white bread. So I found an alternative. Or you can put it on a cracker with some cheese. All that. That's kind of a European thing to do, but and have like some olives on the side or something. But no one eats sardines. They're yucky. For real. Don't eat them. They're yucky. Don't ever open a can. Don't buy any. They're gross. They have little bones in them. Ooh, they got the skin on them. Ugh. And they taste like fish. I looked out, went to Walmart. All the other canned fish gone. But you know what was there? King Oscar Dean's. Big. All for me. All for Mr.H. Yeah, even though Pepper Jack like Fraggle Rock, that means he might not be that tough. But that means he really tough. Yeah, he Ultra Instinct level tough. But if Corn Pop have Joe Biden on his side, then we might all be doomed. No one will survive Corn Pop. You thought Skynet would activate? Corn Pop activated. Gotta have my pops. Redacted post. Redacted. Eggy has no problem with you reusing his stuff. He just likes his fans willing to try and get his name out there a little bit more. But you gotta be careful with name dropping Eggman. If I was him, I'd use the green screen and put myself in OBS on Dr. Robotnik's like chair, and I'd float myself around while playing the Robotnik theme. That was just an idea. I didn't even tell him that, but I think that'd be a fun thing to do. Sit your chromed out self inside the cockpit of Robotnik's chair. But Cobra, King Cobra JFS shout out. He's been making me sad. Like he's in like full manic depressive. Like if he's not drinking, he's like it's like the light from his eyes is gone. And this is just pure speculation. But since his birthday's coming up, it would be pretty upsetting if something horrible happened to him on his birthday that he did to himself. But people in his chat feel it too. It feels like we're reaching the end times for King Cobra. The venom has run out. Oh man, I hate cave levels in EDF. Oh, Corn Pop was the bad. Okay, so Joe Biden don't like Corn Pop, so we might be safe. Joe Biden don't trust like that. I don't trust like that. So would Biden refer to Corn Pop as a bad hombre? I didn't think people who were just trying to get by in the United States, being an independent, private-owned business. So you're telling me Biden is anti-private businesses? Local businesses? Don't seem right to me. Sorry for the cough, I just got over having malaria. I went to Africa on a missionary thing and immediately got it from the first mosquito. Corn Pop, redacted. I was in Far Cry. It's the inspiration for Far Cry 2. They came to me. I've been online for a long time, like hiding in the shadows, hiding behind anonymous usernames and stuff. I've been up and down and all around. Get yourself up, get your Billy Bob down. And so Ubisoft came to me, or Ubisoft, however you want to say it. Not Capcom. They were like, Mr.H. I was like, yes, sirs. The guys in business suits walked up. And they had tags that said, like, soft on them. Do you want to be in Far Cry 2? It's like, I liked Far Cry 1. Of course I'll be in Far Cry 2. But it's not going to be that interesting, though. All I did was go to Africa and get malaria. And they're like, that's the plot to the next Far Cry. I was like, no shit. They gave me a contract. I signed it. The pay was $10 and a free Subway voucher for a week. And if you tell me, that was worth it. Just imagine all the tasty sandwiches I got to eat during that brief time period. You guys may not like Far Cry 2, but whenever you think about how much you don't like Far Cry 2, just think of the tasty Subway sandwiches I ate. But just between you and I, Jared Fogle works at a lot of Subways. He's like a sandwich artist. There's more than one Jared Fogle. The one in jail was just number 36. Yeah, I got some real cultural enrichment from the malaria, so I learned what it's like to be a fat cracker in a foreign country that has built up a tolerance to most horrible ailments. But now I'm one of them. I am African. Ubisoft actually wanted to not put black people in Africa. They were like, let's not make any black mod. And I said, Ubisoft, I will not do this if you don't. You have to put black people in this game. And they hissed at me. I even heard it. I heard the head-ups go after I said it. And I was like, did you just fucking hiss at me, dude? And then they said something in some foreign language I didn't understand. Sounded biblical. I said, no black people, I'm not going to sign on to this game. And they begrudgingly, that's probably why I got the $10, because it was going to be $20, but they halved my fee because of that little outburst that I had at the meeting. Damn fine. I also convinced David Lynch to make the Twin Peaks return. That was me. You guys can thank me for that. He said, I'm too fucking old. Direct quote. Can't do this, Mr.H. I'm too fucking old. I said, but you got to, man. It's been 25 years to the day. It's like, it's going to be 25 years to the day. Motherfucker, let's do this. And that's what he said. That's how I said it. And it was like the next day, he had the script written up. He had all the crew ready, and they filmed it all within that like 24-hour period. Then he chopped it up, edited it, released it right on the day that the last episode Twin Peaks aired 25 years ago. I know, Amazing Stories. I also came up with the title for Amazing Stories. I think that was I was real young at the time, but I think that was Who Made Something Wicked This Way Comes. Can't remember his name, that writer. It might come to me later, but the studio heads asked me for a name for his anthology show, and I was like, how about Amazing Stories? And they're like, that's amazing, Mr. H. Do you want another week voucher to Subway? We can't give you $10, but we could maybe give you a 2-week voucher. And I said, you know what? Because I'm a big fan of that author, Bradley. Oh, I was almost there. I almost had it again. I don't want to look it up. I'm trying to train my brain to get better at remembering names because I've been starting to forget more. And I will not let Alzheimer's take me. Lies? What are you talking about? This is all true. Most of it is all true. It's like Bradley, I think. Holy shit, I can't believe I can't remember. Oliver? Rollo. Brigan. Rogue. I'm gonna probably have to look this up. It is making me mad that I can't remember his name. It's because he changes his name so often. He goes by so many different pen names. A lot I helped him come up with. But this one he picked, and I can't remember it. I make these cave levels worthwhile, man. I hate these cave levels. It'd be better if they had a map. Like if the map in the top corner had the layout of the catacombs. Because, oh look, I can't get to the other side here. Where are they? How do you get there? Oh, I don't know. Let's figure it out. Where's that one at? Maybe that's what streamers need to do more, is they need to lie about... They need to mix their truthful events with a bunch of lies. But lies that seem reasonable, not outrageous ones, but ones that seem like, oh, I make up a story about this thing. I'll be like, you know, like my sister this one time. My sister had this sleepover back when I was like 8, and I let out this giant fart around him, and it nearly cleared the whole slumber party. It almost ended the slumber party. Like my sister said, I don't want to be your sister anymore after that. And I was like, no, my sister? You know what? And then I took a shit right in her bed. I said the dog did it. And she believed that. She's so fucking stupid. Joe knows my sister. But you need to do lies like that. Like, I never pooped in a bed. And I don't have a dog. This went on too long, this level. They should have started me kind of out. It's, yeah, probably gold. Because I know a lot of people who are really successful streamers probably don't want a lot of their, like, you got to keep your fans on their toes, I think. Because keeping it too outrageous a lie, they'll point it out. But if it seems too reasonable, then, I don't know, it's just like, don't let your audience know your entire life. Yeah, just like an old chain email, you don't run. Yeah, realize ends in a joke. You're reading this whole thing. The girl, she, the boyfriend got out of the car in the middle of the woods, wandered around. She started hearing screaming and a low moan from the tree line. That's when her boyfriend jumped out at the window and screamed, "I got a boner!" Said, "I don't care, what was that scraping sound?" And he said, "It was my bonus scraping." Then they had a bunch of hot sex at the end. It was really hot too, like imagine like the hottest sex that you've ever had. Well, not you, but someone else has ever had. I don't think I could, like, look at that. This is outrageous. Yeah, all the television lies. Reality TV shows are lies. Like, if I was on a reality TV show, oh man, I thought because I'm a big fan of King of the Nerds. I loved that show. I thought they should have kept making more. I thought about what I would do if I was on the show, and I would be the antagonist. I would not put up with anybody's shit. And I would try my hardest to get sent immediately into the nerd off and try and, like, get people out. Try and beat people. That would be my attempt, and I'll see how far I could go, but I will be the most unlikable, hated person on that show. And that would have been my plan. And that kind of shit, it got, what's her name? Omarosa from the Apprentice, and it got the one black lady from, Flavor of Love got her own show because she was the hostile bitch of the show. And that's what that show needed, was a villain. Because these nerds, they needed a bully. The show needed a bully for the nerds. And I know kind of what I would like to watch, so I try and, if I'm streaming like this, I try and keep my personality and my jokes and the shit I do to kind of what entertains me in my own head. While also putting a filter on my vocabulary and stuff. Like, I'll swear. I got no problem swearing, but there's no words. Like that C word for women. I do not throw that one around. My ma doesn't like that word, so I don't say it. But she has no problem with bitch. You can call a bitch a bitch. Like, if she's acting like a bitch, you can call her a bitch. And I try not to use bitch too much because it's kind of like it's a Only girls use bitch, dude. It was that quote from the Grabowskis. Or not the Grabowskis, Dude Bros. Like, only chicks use bitch, bro. Or was it like douche? Something like that. One or the other. Can't remember. Don't care. That was broke. That was weird. Need a heal. Yeah. People trying too hard, man. They're not willing to be a villain. I've always thought, like, if I got superpowers, I would want to be a villain just so I can have be the opposing presence in a superhero's life. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Everybody loves you. You know what? There's some people who don't. Not one of them. Like, I don't want to kill anybody. I'm not into that, but cause some discord. Some playful discord. That's fun. Shout out to Zach from King of the Nerds and Virgil. Those were like the villains. The lay straight white male meme. Oh, but if anything, those two were the biggest nerds. They were the biggest real nerds. Loser Speds. And they were the most endearing. Everyone else was like a normie. That's what they should have called that show, King of the Normies. Zach was the bigger supervillain. Zach was the one with the glasses. Virgil was definitely the IRL supervillain. No, you don't trade fucking Bitcoin secrets to China, dude. I thought you knew better. He even said he was a fucking legendary super hacker, and he proved that. Proved it. Ultra Instinct hacker. International hacker, man of mystery. Ah, fresh terror. Here we go. Centipedes. Let's fight some centipedes. Some magapedes. Oh, hello, enemy that they've never had returned to the game. Even have an eyeball in their section. See, they break apart. Well, you can break them apart. And they got a real cool, got cool shape. Helping North Korea invade sanctions with the blockchain. Okay, yeah, Madman did it. I wonder if he got paid well, but ooh, you just don't do that, man. Get literally taken out for treason. Not something you want put on your permanent record. But who cares? He wasn't mean to a woman, so it's not news. I'm sure if he hacked a woman's Facebook and flooded it with gay porn pictures, that's normally what they do. It'd be front page news, but who wants to hear about hacker commits treason? American former reality show contestant. That's not news. Yeah, North Korea is the worst Korea. Yeah, right? Right, everybody? I like how after Trump was in office, like, everything calmed down with North Korea, and then Syria and China became our villains again. Like, they came back in the forefront. It's whatever villain from a foreign country you need to demonize next. Because you need a villain. The American public needs a villain to blame. When you're not going to fight yourselves, you need to blame some outside source. No, North Korea is the worst Korea. It's the most totalitarian and oppressive, and they kill people, and they bow to a dynasty instead of a voted official. They're brainwashed, what have you, any thing that you believe. Yeah, he's like international, yeah, super hacker. He looked right at the camera and said it. Nobody believed him. No one believed me till I put on the mask. No one knew who I was. But you should always root for the underdog, especially in those shows. Like, Zach, it looked like a loser, sounded like a loser, was very socially awkward, even around people that were supposed to be, and none of them liked him. They immediately revolted, and like they could smell his stinginess and his social anxiety upon first meeting him. So he was immediately casted out. And he's the only one that actually felt like an actual nerd on the show. Because every one of the normies on the show is like, you're not a hot girl. You're not a guy with muscles. Yeah. They're in every EDF. Yeah, it's amazing how they're in every EDF because, yeah, they're so fun to fight. Did a great job putting them in every EDF game. I remember fighting them in 2017 and in 4 and 5, and I heard coming back for 6. I always thought that was weird that they've never gone outside of the, but where's the rhino beetle? Could you imagine finding a rhino beetle and its horn grabs you, it has an instant lock, and then it throws you through the air, it flips you, maybe that's the Hercules beetle. Either one. I think it's rhino beetles. But Japan has some crazy stuff, like cicadas. Could you imagine fighting these giant weird bugs that cling to the sides of the buildings? Worms that burrow through the ground and then pop up. What other creepy bug is there? They've gotten wasps. They've gotten... I guess they never did honeybees or anything, where they're just different versions of the they didn't do. I'm trying to think of what's something. A mosquito would be weird, giant, where they could shoot. I don't know. It'd be weird. I'm a fat cosplayer. Ooh. Ooh, we're back. Holy crap, Lewis. There, I see it's back up. We had like a hiccup. They'll be back. There. Oh. I think we're back. Yeah, I saw that in OBS it was cut down. Okay. I'm looking at the stream and the bit rate at the bottom of OBS. Okay, I think we're fine. Let's go back. Shout out to Comcast for keeping consistent internet speeds constantly. No hiccups whatsoever. What y'all running for? Ooh, that's a big bug. That big bugger. Yeah, I gotta be careful cutting these up because it'll start making like a bunch of separate ones. This one's like the boss centipede. The chatipede. Okay, there's your end. Here, those shoot when I want to shoot. Glad this game works so well on the OPL soft mod for PS2. I'm running this on a PS2 Slim. I'm not doing it on the. I do have a fat PS2. I don't think the disc tray works. So I could probably mod it too because I heard that sometimes that works. Yeah, Daddy Longlegs. That's the one that was a good one from Insect Armageddon. They should have took that idea and done that. And what was a tick? And then there's Robot Mantis. All that stuff would be cool if you just did it. I did like in EDF 5 them adding grays in armor. Like you destroy their armor on their heads and then it reveals that they're gray aliens. They have the typical, that they're called the gray, the almond black eyes and gray skin. It's what Jiren was based off of in Dragon Ball Super. But the problem with Jiren is they gave him pupils and they didn't give him all black eyes. They should have gave him all black almond eyes. Alright, this consumes 50%. Oop. Spider level. Two things I wish there was more of. Serious Sam / Painkiller knockoffs. Painkiller knockoff would be what I want the most. And EDF knockoffs. I don't know why more people just can't do this. It's the... I'll play like any game like this where you're the small... fighting hundreds of enemies or giant enemies. I love that shit. That's the stuff I want. If you gave me a mech to do it in too, it'd bring it up a notch. I actually feel sorry for Film Brain, going on the topic of that guy with the glasses, because he is trying his damnedest to be successful, and he's one of the few people who, like, he's not doing great. And I know he wants to detach from the annoying persona that he used to do back when he was younger. He wants to, like, be a legitimate movie. But he just can't detach from that channel awesome shit. Damn. You guys will come up to me. Crawl up the building. This is how they wanted you to do it. Yeah, and that's what film brain is stuck to. Bad Movie Beatdown was his show, but he always just did the same shtick. The character where he feigns his anger, but it didn't feel genuine either. Like, that's probably why he didn't succeed, is because he's not a genuinely angry guy. So the idea of him not liking a movie is like he's not good at being angry or upset with something. So many spiders. Yeah, I need to grab this health before those spiders show up. Yep. Chris Lilly can successfully, probably because you have to be a natural like writer. I think trying to, if you're not too much of one or the other, people are also anomalies. They can do some crazy shit where they're like, oh, I direct like a fiend, I write like a fiend, I act like a fiend. Real good at what I do. I think Chris Lilly's one of those who can, because he writes his stuff, I think he directs his stuff, and he acts in it. So it's kind of like Mr.H with Bob Odenkirk and David Cross. They had pretty good. They also had a writer's room, but they were capable of acting as well as being funny. Like, they were funny themselves. So being and actors, so they could turn that on and off. But if you're like Film Brain and you're better at one thing than you are another thing. Not everybody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not a writer. I probably could if you sat me down to write shit. I could probably write something, but I'm not interested in writing. I could co-write. That's why, yeah, I'm more of a co-writer kind of guy. Set me down with a guy who can write, and we'll go back and forth real well. Clear 20 fires 8 damage times, or it's 8 projectiles times 200 damage. No, it fires 20 shafts of lightning at once, allowing for massive area coverage. I need to find different weapons. This thing says no energy consumption? Or does it not reload? They are making a Resident Evil movie reboot. And the title is called Welcome to Raccoon City. Welcome to the jungle, baby! That's what it sounded like when I heard it. And apparently, it's just literally the stories of 1 and 2 merged into one movie. So it's going to be a clusterfuck that has things cut out. It's going to be awful. near unwatchable. And there's no Alice in it, so that's no watch anyway. Alice is what made those movies good. And no Alice, no watch. Sorry. Be gone. I think the CGI Resident Evil movies are okay. They're not very great. They're okay. If you watch them sped up, it's like watching a Let's Play of a video game. Once you artificially speed up the visuals to what it would be like almost a 60 FPS. Because when you speed it to 1.2 times speed, it runs, it visually looks like it's running at 60 frames a second. So it winds up just looking like a video game cutscene. And that isn't too bad. Those movies aren't too bad for that. I would watch more of them. But some gaijins, some Americans touching a Japanese property and making a movie reboot out of it in today's socio-political environment, no thanks. I don't want anything to do with it. You can wipe your ass with that fucking script for all I care. Ooh, that'd be weird. Games based on the movies that play like our remake. Ooh, that'd be weird. They stopped doing that, like Mortal Kombat, the movie, the game. They stopped doing stuff like that. Like, what was it, Minority Report? Just in general, yeah, movies don't get the video game treatment. They get, like, iPhone apps. Like, what was it, the Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, whatever it's called. But back on the topic of that Resident Evil movie, how the hell can you fit the mansion incident, Wesker as a turncoat, the Tyrant, it blowing up, as well as mixing the city going under, a whole police department, William Birkin? Like, that's a clusterfuck. There's no way you can pull that off successfully. No way. Atmosphere will give way to generic action movie plot. You will lose soul in your movie if you try and cram all these stories into one. I just hope they don't cut out all the wonderful swearing that the games are known for. Oh, fuck, shit, fucking, suck, fuck. Chuck Sneed. Claire, you got the fucking antivirus? Shit, no, Leon, we gotta go fucking find that antivirus, bitch. The shit-sucking nemesis is after me. Man, my favorite part of Resident Evil is all the wonderful dialogue that they added to the remakes. It's like, when you're afraid to be campy, you just go that route. Like, well, if they swear, then it'll feel like real life, because wouldn't you be swearing if you... Fucking idiot. Whoever thinks that way, fuck you. You'd act that way if you were... it's not a real thing. Zombies aren't real. Bio-engineered monster men aren't real, as far as we know. Shit's campy. Adding swears doesn't make it fucking better or more realistic. Heard some asshole say that. I've been really craving a Parasite Eve remake, like the Resident Evil ones. Or it plays like the Final Fantasy VII remake, but Parasite Eve. That's what I want. It's what I want. If you have another idea in your head, trash it, because I'm not interested. I don't want a Dino Crisis remake over a Parasite Eve one like that. Dino Crisis would be cool and all. It ain't Parasite. Yeah, all the context of the movie, like, nothing will be a mystery. It'll all be explained to you because we have to get to the next part of the story, which is revealing that Umbrella's behind everything. The idea that Umbrella is a thing, and then kind of the reveal at the end that the major pharmaceutical organization that ran the town is behind it all, is the conspiracy of any movie plot. Just like Wesker being a turncoat, and the entire Stars... it's a sexist game. Parasite Eve is sexist. It has a female protagonist, and it's about female bodily functions and genetics. That's a problem. It's problematic. The idea of having a female protagonist in a video game is frowned upon. A female cop? Hello? I thought ACAB, everybody. You could even artificially extend it with just different stuff that happens, like different Eve forms. Just have Eve show up to another thing, have her show up as a different form, and then you fight different, just a couple more added bosses. Because the game's a little short, but you could totally extend it, and the entire length of that game could be put in one game. And I'm not saying fucking split it into multiple parts like the Final Fantasy VII remake did. It just needs to be one game. And I would play it a lot. But don't have a grind right at the end there. If you're not strong enough at the finale and you accidentally trigger the end of the game, you're fucked. You can't beat that boss. It has a grind at the end, right before the final Eve fight. Because she'll wreck your ass. Oh, I did it in one. I know you were thinking that guy out there. I did it in one. I had no problem with it. I don't know if I can hit that. I have to, like, maybe be on this building. Maybe I can... Did I just fall through it? Really? Yeah, Square hates most of their IPs. But to be fair, I hate most of Square's IPs too. Okay, you can jump on. There, now they can't get to me. Oh, yeah, how could she be a mean old bastard man if she's an empowered female protagonist? It makes me conflicted and I hate it. Someone told me egg calves and I must believe it. She should have been a man. Yeah, she should have just been a man. Should have been Parasite Adam. If she's a guy, I can't hate her. I need, like, it's easy to hate her if she's a dude. Yeah, men falling in love with women? I don't think so, dude. First off, that's gender bias. Like, I keep getting hit by these things. How many are there? Kill these spiders, and I can go pick up the drops all around the area. Oh, but spiders are more afraid of you than they are of you are of it. EDF proved that. At least I don't have to worry about these giant ones crawling in my mouth while I'm asleep. Joke's on those spiders. I think they're delicious. It's like a Venus flytrap, except it's a Mr.H spider trap. Like a tiny hoe. Put your arms around me, baby. Put your arms around me, baby. Sunday night. Video people hanging out. Do I gotta kill that? Is that what I'm at? Finally at killing the big guy? Cool, I can even get him all the way out there. This is quite the sniper. Jump off this building and get some of that health that's dropped. I'm waiting for the day that I say something that YouTube doesn't like, even though it's like a completely mundane thing, and they like ban the stream or give me like a strike. Grab some now, since it's going into all range mode. Think it'd run out of ammo, but nope. The ship will never stop. It's in death mode. It's like this one lone girl is taking us out. Package cricket. No, don't end already. Yeah, the whole top of solar panel. Yeah, it's just absorbing sunlight, reflecting it. Sounds expensive. It was. It was. Victory! With the destruction of the mothership, the invaders are no more. The only task that remains is now to wipe out the remaining scattered gigantors, and the second war with the invaders will come to an end. You've drawn the short straw. Mop up, clean out the mountain region, and whatever you do, don't get yourself killed. Tell the clouds that I said. Would they really, truly be gone? For real, real? Not for play, play? Yeah, now that they're dead. Now they're like Lazarus, truly dead. They're like Dracula. Just like Emperor Palpatine, truly dead. At least at the end of Return of the Jedi, truly dead. I had a steak for dinner. I only had one ribeye. It was like $8. It was offered, so I grabbed it. It's the cheapest steak they had. It was pretty big, pretty decent cut. Delicious, tender, medium rare, how I like it. Maybe when I beat this level, or whatever level I'm on, that'll be a nice even number from, I'll see if, go to a quick break and put on, like, Namco Museum and play some simple. Just to break it up right at the end. That sounds pretty good too. The more you can pack on the food with it, because I didn't get filled up by it. I'm still a little hungry. I might make some coffee and just make a quick cup of instant coffee. Drink that. I'll drink a bunch of water real quick, and so I'm not feeling hungry. I need to limit myself to 1 can of sardines a day. I can't be eating 2, even though they're so good. I hate tuna. Like, that shit's so gross. And plus it has a high mercury content. And because they're more of a surface-dwelling fish, they have a higher risk of, plastic contaminants in their flesh. Sardines have a much less one, and it has more beneficial fish oils and all that junk. But I still also take a fish oil supplement. I take a krill oil supplement as well as a multivitamin, and I'll eat those. So if I keep doing that, I should reach Ultra Instinct not before too long. Ray Bradbury. There it was. That was the author of... I knew I was trying to think of a B name, but yeah, Ray Bradbury. His was Amazing Stories. I helped him come up with that name. All I had to do was just let my brain sit a little bit. It took a bit, but I remembered the name. We'll see where we're at. That was 35. That's pretty good. 15, 15. I want to do 15, so that'd be 30 and this is 5. So I did 5 more, so that'll be good. That's a good part, yeah. Heck yeah. I'll need to start, or at least try to write down some topics to talk about whenever I'm on, like when I'm at a brain fart like this, where I'm like, I don't have anything to talk about. I didn't look in the news. I don't watch the news. Maybe. Yeah, let's do the Namco Museum first. Yeah, kill the final boss. I don't have anything in mind. I might. It depends on what's on the collection. I'll see what's on the collection and if it runs. I have not tried to run it. It is a US, so it should work just fine. Says it's loading. X. Export X while I export beats. Oh, what have they got in here? They got some pretty fun stuff. I'll come back to this after this break, so just hang in there. Give me like 10, 15, something like that, and thanks. We'll finish this up.
Let's stay until
all the small things to dare to dream. Say it ain't so, I don't know how it goes. Turn the stream off. Rolling Thunder? Holy shit. This has got Galaga. It's got Galaxian. It's got Mappy Dudes. Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man. This PS2 version of Namco Museum is pretty good. Pole Position. Pole Position 2. Rally X, I remember that. That's the one I'm looking forward to. I'm going to definitely play some Rolling Thunder. Sky Kid in the World Tomorrow. Xevious, I played a little bit of that. Galaga 99, out of order. Got to get 40,000 points in Galaga. Pac-Mania, crazy. Got to do well in Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. Bozing. I played this one too, I know it. Dig Dug, love Dig Dug. And Dragon Spirit, I don't know what that is. Crazy. Cool. Let's put on some options. Let's see. Rolling Thunder. 5. Vulnerability, nah. Well, like invulnerability, like that you can't die, or like after you get hit. Let's save, yeah. Since there's no save on here. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Keep your ass still. I love to watch Will Smith. How will I go on my little windmill? Yo, baby, you're my windmill. Ah! Yeah, I fucking love Rolling Thunder. It plays just like Codename Viper. I played the NES one. Did not play the arcade one. So that's how the life is set up. In you only have 2 health, and you get hit twice. In the NES one, you die. And this one, I guess you kind of have a 3-hit thing. I don't know. It's very weird. The very first Metal Gear game. I don't know that for sure. You can hide behind these doors, just like in Codename Viper. I'm not into their colors. I preferred their colors in the NES version. Sometimes there's bullets behind the doors. There, that's... Out of the way of the door. They're not gonna get out of the way of the door. I'm gonna have to get hit by them. Let's see. That is shiitake mushrooms. I think there was hostages too, but that might just be Codename Viper. I had both games. I had a Tengen copy of Rolling Thunder. Had an awesome cover art. Guy looked like Chucky on the front. When Chucky screams, that's what he looked like. There we go. Oh no! Shit's hard. Maybe I gotta duck after that one. Give me some bullets. smaller. Hiding indoors simulator. Damn, this place got a lot of fucking doors. They're all wood doors. I remember this part in the NES game with the tires. You could fall in and you got the guy ducks. Yeah. Talk about nostalgia. Ooh, right in the feels. Woo! Wow, that chick's got a small face. Oh, there we go. Right, so right at area 2, they pull out some crazy shit. The guy you have to jump. Gotta jump over his bullets. And grenade throwers. Oops, can't get up there. You know, I'm fine with beating just the first level. It was hard to beat the first level in the NES game. That was fun. I got all the nostalgia I need out of that game. Hey gamers, felt the nostalgia, got it. Out, bye. Later. Oh look, there it goes, the nostalgia. Come back. Ah, it flipped me off. '50th anniversary. Fuck, you're old. I'm a fucking old man. Let's try Dragon Spirits. Yeah, I have one play. One continue, that's it. I have just 4 quarters to play through the game on the first level, and then I'm done. Dragon Spirito. We have a man, we have a mountain, we have a mountain with a face on it. Must be a dragon mountain, because he just turned into a dragon. This better not be one of them furry games. I bet you can throw a bomb. Yep, it's one of those games. Where there's an upper path and a lower path, and you gotta shoot the low. Shoot high, shoot low. Even though it's impossible. This is like Drakengard. This is exactly like Drakengard. Except the part where you have fun. Didn't copy that Drakengard part. A lot of people don't like Drakengard. A lot of people don't like that. Isn't that weird? Isn't that sad? Some people don't like Dragon Guard. That's too bad. Flying squirrel nuts? What the fuck? This game's too hard. Wonder if they got that invulnerability. Hold on, gamers. I gotta use a cheat code. Game on, Gaming Goros. I'm on the edge of my seat. The difficulty was set to 1. Ah. Nah. That's tough. Yo, if you could beat that game, then you a tried and true gamer, y'all. Oh, I should get rid of the... Yeah, I agree. Because sometimes I get bored. Like, I've beaten games, and sometimes I just want to go back through with, like, weird cheats. And I'm talking about, like, cheats that Turok had. What was it, like, wireframe mode? Fruity colors, where everything just looks, just, like, weird. Big head mode. Big feet, hands and feet mode. But no. Funny story, on my action replay for GameCube, and a lot of people don't know this because a lot of people never did this, but there were like homebrew cheats for Resident Evil 4, and you could do weird shit. Like what I did, because some guy showed that you can do this, I turned all of the chickens in the game into the final boss. I can't remember his name. I wasn't gonna say Krauser or Salazar, but the main boss guy, you can just turn the chicken model into his model, and he walks. Like, he has a walk animation cycle. Like, whatever the chicken's walk cycle, it just like bound his walk cycle to it, and it worked normally. When you killed him, he just disappeared, but it was just fun to walk around the game, and there was a bunch of him where chickens are supposed to be. That kind of shit was awesome. Can you do that anymore? No. Who wants to have fun with video games? They're not about having fun. They're about you spending a bunch of money on them one time, and then you return it to GameStop for a tenth of the price you paid for it, so you can put that down on the next piece of shit that's gonna waste your time. I know that's how it works, because that's how I did it when I was playing 360 games. I'd buy a 360 game for like $60, and I'd play it and I'd get tired of it, and if I didn't like the game, I'd return it for like $20, and then I'd put the $20 towards the next game, hoping it would be a good one. Not a good way to do things. I lost a bunch of 360 games that way. That was GameStop's trickery. Oh, GameStop tricked me. Julian tricked me. Well, you got 20,000. I think you needed 40. I want to put Mr.H. Oh well, don't care. It's I think I would have had more fun with the Capcom Classics collection. I was thinking, because they got some pretty good games in there that can be kind of played through in one. And you can get like infinite lives. So maybe I should have done that. Namco, you did me dirty. I hate to have to do this, but I'm gonna have to put you in the grave, Namco. Jinx played a little Pac-Man. I'm gonna play a little Pac-Man. Hell yeah, that sounds fun. Turn off the car. Just pretend like you're on the road just flying through. I think this is the cheat spot. This part, if you face up here, it's one of these parts. The ghost will never reach it. It's like a built-in developer debug. Nope. It might be the other one. But it's somewhere around there. Might be this one. You gotta face up when you do it. We'll test it. So far, it's working. I do want to, yeah, I want to fucking drive as an outhouse. A dinosaur outhouse. Yeah, this is the spot. You can leave it. What was cool is they had a video games exhibit at a museum I went to. And they had a playable Pac-Man in there. And I knew about this, so I just... because it's fun to just watch it play like that instead of having to constantly lose and then get a game over. The game could just keep going, so I set the Pac-Man here and it just played like this the whole time. Hacks for life! I think it even is a safety zone if there's no... If you just do it like anytime you're worried, I think it just automatically works as a safety zone. Oh, nope, there. Finally got it. Must be it only works at the start of the level or something like that. Before they get in another pattern. Because I guess they have invisible patterns that they... Maybe that's how they tested the game in a debug way or something. I don't know. I don't know the secret. Like, I don't know the reason behind it. I just know it works. Maybe they're like, let's see how they're finding their patterns, how they're randomizing. Like, oh, there's switch, they flip. What's good is you can move in the direction before the direction comes. Like if you press right, like not too far before. Like you don't have to do it right at the time, but you can do it a little bit before. It's to make up for when it gets really fast. Like you can almost foretell by pressing the button when you press it quick. Pac-Man was pretty cool. Pac-Man, cool ass dude. I'd have a beer with Pac-Man. I'd share a pellet. But I really like Miss Pac-Man. I got that at the store for Sega Genesis. It was a surprise, really. We went to Best Buy. Best Buy has been around that long. Especially the one I go to has been around since the Sega Genesis was a thing. And Shadow, Speedy, Bashful, Toe Jam. And I think that was if I'm remembering the story correctly, I think I got lost. Like, because I just went out with my dad, and I was a young guy, and there was high shelves and a lot of people. And he turned a corner once and didn't look back, and I couldn't find him anymore. So I was like, oh. So I went down the first aisle and looked, wasn't there. Went down the previous aisle and looked, wasn't there. And I'm like, well, I'm lost. I better get... It's like the George Carlin made a joke about that. He's like, oh no, it's the horrible realization that you're gonna have to go out and find a job. Oh no! I'm an adult now! I do what any, like, 4-year-old does in that situation. I cried. And I ran to a guy who worked there at the front. That was really what I was like. I guess the only thing I can help is the greeter. And I was like, could use some help. Oh, I got a message from a guy in chat. Okay, so we'll finish on this because they censored his comment. Went to the shop yesterday that had a huge Evangelion model kit, and all I could think was how cool of a dad Shinji had. He made his son a clone, and that was, yeah, for him to get his freak on with, and a giant robot to pilot. I know. He made a cute anime girl for him to get with. Yeah, how disappointed would you be with your kid if you literally gave him his whole fucking life, the coolest thing you could ever get? I'd commit sewer slide. I'd commit Harajuku. Shinji's dad's so cool. I wish Shinji's dad was my dad. Except my dad leaves me in a Best Buy. He doesn't give me a hot anime waifu to fuck and a giant robot to pilot to kill monsters with. You never get what you want. This is shit. Alright, everybody. Thanks for chillaxing and relaxing all cool. I'm gonna try and do something. I don't know what I'd like a short game if I want to go back to Global Defense Force. Excuse me. I'll probably do them. That'll probably be for Capcom Classics Collection. I know there's a game in there I really like that we can play through, and it'll be quite the fun watch. I think it's Forbidden Worlds. People probably know Forbidden Worlds. If they don't, it's a fun one. I like that game. It's got cool bosses. Thanks for chilling out. Thanks for relaxing. I don't have much to do. I can stream a lot. Unless Jinx here wants to stream. I'm totally up to watching a Jinx stream, but a lot of times in these later hours, from 8 till 11, I get pretty bored. And playing video games by myself is not doing it. I could just work on art and stuff, like work on my hobbies in those times when I'm not doing other things work related. Thank you all for coming. It's been a good time. We played some video games and you watched me cry. I cried and laughed and screamed and shouted. That's